Good morning, Doctor.
And a good morning to you too, Elsa. You look radiant.
Thank you, Doctor.
We haven't been seeing much of you lately, Elsa. You've been missing appointments.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I've been feeling much better.
That's very good to hear. And what has brought about this improvement?
It's the new man in my life. He's convinced me to fight my addiction.
Ah, the policeman from the newspapers. How has he coped with his fall from grace?
He can finally see things from a human perspective, rather than the ivory tower he created for himself. It's making him stronger. And it's making me stronger helping him.
You wouldn't make a bad analyst yourself, Elsa. Should we swap seats?
We're both finding we have a lot to live up to.
And what is that?
In my case, Lou. He went through hell along with me and still came out smiling. In Cole's case, his friend, Jack Kelso.
Kelso?
You've heard of him?
No, I just like the sound of his name.
Cole
Oh,
and
yeah,
Jack
that's
are working
it.
on a case together.
Is Jack a policeman too?
No, he works for the district attorney.
What?
He's a special investigator. I thought you didn't know him.
I have never met the gentleman in question.
He has been looking into Lou's case. Cole thinks it might be linked to some fires he's investigating. You look pale, Doctor.
It's cold in here, Elsa. I think I'll close the window.
I should draw my murder drapes so that no one sees what I'm about to do to you.
Why are you looking at me like that, Elsa?
You arranged for Lou to work at Elysian Fields, Doctor.
Your fears are unfounded. I meet many people in my line of work. There are many ways that people can be helped. Finding them work is just one of them.
I don't believe you, Doctor. I've seen you with Monroe at the club.
I'm sorry that you have come to that conclusion, Elsa. I've always so enjoyed our conversation. I can see your future, Elsa. And Cole, the policeman. And Jack, the investigator. It's an unfortunate and grisly end.
Speaking of which, well, don't rest in peace, Fontaine.
I've come to help you, Doctor. To help you cross over. All your sins will be forgiven in the next life.
I don't think they will. Watch Ira just scoot out of here. Okay. What a hot start to the finale, the final case. This thing has a name, but we didn't get a title reveal. Will it happen now? Or, yeah, there it is. A different kind of waw. This one gets a cold opening. Pretty neat.
It's gotta be one of these places.
Okay, where were we with Jack? Okay, that's right. So Jack shot Monroe, and he heard about the guy who was setting the fires.
It must have worked at one of these joints.
Let's read that shit. Clues. Okay. People? Arson suspect. Where the fuck is that text? I can't access it myself. Oh, case objectives. Yeah, that helps. The doctor is dead, Benson is finished, and Leland Monroe is going to limp his way into a jail cell. Safe to say the Suburban Redevelopment Fund isn't going to be around for much longer. All that's left is the guy who has Elsa, the maniac who burned the house for Fontaine. I know he's a cowboy. I know he works pest control, but otherwise he's a nobody. Identify this bug sprayer arsonist. Track down the bug sprayer. Alright, let's go find this guy. Locations. So, Jack did some investigating and he found a few, like, extermination places. It might be the last one, but we should visit all of them. Yeah. Skip. There you go. Drive for me, Jack. We don't need to sit through however much LA traffic is between this place and that place. One of these locations, I was saying, has something very interesting. In fact, it has maybe the best scene in the game hidden at it. Hope it's this one. It might be. Rapid Exterminators. 237. Also, Jack got shot, remember? That woman shot him. And, yeah, he never got that fixed up. It's this next morning.
How many guys you have working here, Pop?
Who's asking, son?
It could be official or unofficial. Depends on how you want to play it.
You should get to a hospital, son. That arm of yours appears to be letting in daylight.
Save the pity for the other guys. They're the ones who need it. I'm looking for a big cowboy who works pest control. Does he work here?
We don't have anyone like that here.
You sure? I'm not the type of guy you want coming back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Boo-doo-doo. It's the best scene in the game. Hidden in this newspaper. Crusade against corruption. Peterson pledges to clean up LAPD. That's the guy that hired Jack. Rest in peace, Courtney.
What have you got?
Looks like a drug overdose.
Get away from him, Phelps. This is my case.
Shut your fucking mouth! Since when does a bagman work a case?
I knew this creep wasn't on the morphine heist. Victim of his own product.
Hey, detective! Can we back it off a notch?
No.
This is getting out of hand.
Time to talk.
Do it, Cole.
Time to shut up. Now
Do
is
it.
the time to be quiet, son.
Courtney Sheldon was a corpsman, Roy. He served his country. He went out with a medical kit and an Army 45 into places that made the Valley of Death look like a picnic. He was either naive enough or dumb enough to get involved in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, along with the mayor, the DA, Monroe, and a certain crooked cop. He was involved in the morphine heist, but he has a puncture wound in his jugular, which makes this a murder case. He was a better man than you'll ever know. You say one more word about him and I will blow your fucking head off!
Yeah!
You finally lost it, partner.
I have a pretty good idea why Sheldon's dead. And I know about Monroe. Your vast, corrupt future is draining away as we speak.
I got better things to do than argue the rub with you.
Stay with him until the coroner gets here. Make sure technical services bags the evidence. If you let this creep anywhere near it, I'll come looking for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, Phelps, you're not the worst asshole going around.
Thanks, Herschel.
He should have shot him. He really, really should have shot him. Alright, 12 of 13 newspapers. On to the next place. To nuclear bug and rodent control. I feel like that's maybe a name you could get. Well, no. I feel like that shouldn't be the name of that place. I feel like no one would hire them in today's day and age. The implication of nuclear bugs and rodents is not a good one.
Welcome to Nuclear. What can I do you for?
I work for the DA. I need to speak with an exterminator, big guy with a cowboy accent.
We have only 3 people work here. Me and 2 Mexicans. They're both on the scrawny side.
Thanks for your help.
Wow. That sure looks like a beauty.
Wow, that was easy. Not the place we're looking for. Let's try Westlake Pest Control. I forgot that fucking Jack's hand just bleeds out when you're holding the notebook. It looks a little goofy, to be honest. It's a detail I could have done without.
Gallantly on distant far.
Shut up, Monroe. I forgot that he has advertisements on the radio, too. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? His face has only been shoved into the fucking camera since, like, the first scene of the game. Wow, we covered 3 places in, like, 15 minutes. It's really impressive.
I work for the DA. I'm looking for a big cowboy who does extermination. Anyone like that working here?
Well, I wouldn't want to get anyone into any
trouble.
We could do this the hard way. An address?
Yeah, he lives in a bunkhouse on the remains of the old Rancho Rincon.
Thanks.
That was real specific. Also, why are you hiring guys who live in bunkhouses? Fontaine surgery. Yesterday, 6 p.m. Yeah, this gets a little confusing with like the time hopping. Presumably they also
Cole,
found Sheldon
made it.
yesterday.
What's this got to do with me, Rusty?
Dr. Fontaine, prominent shrink, dead in his patient's room, spine snapped like a twig. The suspect is one of his mental patients.
I've met Fontaine.
His last patient was Elsa Lichtman, Cole. She's missing. Nurse said that she saw some big Boris Karloff type carry her out of here.
The best thing that you can do to help me, Rusty, is let me take a look around.
Sure thing, Cole. This way.
Damn, Finbar had to get in right at the very end, didn't you? Can I go through here? The door's gold. Oh yeah, this just goes out onto his patio. My patio where I met with various criminals.
Take your time. I'll give you and the doctor some privacy.
What you holding there, Fontaine? Nothing over here.
Destroyed by a monster of your own creation, Dr. Fontaine. I've heard that story somewhere before.
He got what he deserved, to be honest. Also, here's the last newspaper. The face of progress, says Mayor of Developer Leland Monroe.
That goddamn pet lunatic of yours is burning down our houses.
Keep your voice down, Leland. Control is of the essence.
Keep your voice down. Do you know how much these sons of bitches charge for lunch? Fuck them.
Leland, we will not solve our problems by announcing them to the general public. We only speed ourselves on our way to the gallows.
He's your imbecile, Harlan. Get him under control or get rid of him.
Speaking of which, I've had to dispose of our young medical student.
What? Certainly are a cold character, Harlan.
He has a friend called Kelso who knows all about the development on Normandy Avenue.
I know about Kelso.
And you thought it unimportant to inform me.
I thought I could take care of it.
And have you?
No, I haven't.
Kelso works for Benson. Is he reliable?
No, he's totally unreliable. But he has so many pernicious habits, he's got nowhere to run.
Can you take care of Kelso?
Don't push me, Harlan. Get rid of the fruitcake. No longer necessary. I'll take care of Jack Kelso.
And so he did, by getting shot in the leg and whining like a bitch. So yeah, that's presumably like the same day, earlier in the day probably. Oh, that's all the newspapers. What do we got here?
The doctor has been marking this map.
Oh yeah, one last time doing this bullshit. Fill it in, Cole. It's like a Hardy Boys novel. It's
Edward
really
Grove,
hard to make out.
McCarthy Vista, Crescent Heights, Rancho Escondido.
Hey!
Do those names mean anything to you, Herschel?
Mean something to me?
How come? New houses all being built in the path of the freeway?
Freeway route. We get into the heart of the plan of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Also, look at this ball that he used to hit Elsa.
So much for your foresight, Doctor.
Got him. There's something out here too. Oh wait, there's something right here. Leland, listed below are the priorities you wanted accounted for. No, properties you wanted accounted for. My associate has visited each and made a thorough survey. And from what he tells me, I gather these false families and residents no longer require the assistance provided by our relocation program. Kind regards, Dr. Alan J. Fontaine. There's the Sawyer house. Do we recognize any of these others? Oh, there's Stephens. So again, this is like the paper trail of like, hey, burn these houses down. Arlen, this was not our arrangement. Your associate is overstepping his mark. Get him to control, or I will take whatever action is necessary. So, dated August. In the case of, this is the guy that is doing the fires. Personal history: the subject was born into an Oklahoman sharecrop farming family. Failed harvests during the Dust Bowls of the 1930s led to the family being infected, and they undertook the journey west to California. The subject's mother and younger brother both died of starvation while on the road. Rough. The subject's father found work as a stuntman. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, oh, it's the same paragraph. But a naturally reserved disposition and physical awkwardness made this difficult. The subject trained as a gas fitter and showed some mechanical aptitude, but was drafted into the Marines at the outbreak of the war. He, it fucking redacted what he served as. Nature of the disorder: when referred to this physician, the subject was suffering from an acute case of battle fatigue, manifested in sensory flashbacks, in other words, PTSD, disturbed attention, and sleep disturbance. The subject described symptoms such as vision impairment, headache, shit that I don't know how to pronounce because I'm not a doctor. Conclusion: a determination was made that the subject had entered an advanced state of catatonia which could not be overcome by psychotherapy alone. Basically, he's all fucked up. So in other words, there was the scam to burn down houses of people who wouldn't sell. Among them, Fontaine, employed one of his own patients who had, fucking PTSD problems from the war. Which is, the worst idea. What? That was not supposed to happen like that. Also, hey, here's the rest of the fucking morphine.
Looks like Fontaine has finally dispensed his last treatment.
Shut up, Cole. Oh, what am I missing here? What did I not fucking get? I think that, yeah, it's just for that. There's something I'm missing. Fuck it, just use the stupid intuition. What am I gonna spend it on? The game's over. Show all the clues. Oh, I must have missed something on this thing.
Fontaine was having houses burned from
I had
Monroe.
to tap on it. Or not. What the hell am I missing here? Then again, I don't even know if you get a grade for this final case.
Monroe wasn't happy. People started dying and it attracted attention. He and the doctor lost control.
They should have given it to me automatically for having read it. Having put the camera on this page. But I didn't tap it, so it didn't count. Okay, that should be everything. Cole has officially added that to the notebook.
Jack was wrong. It's not about insurance, it's about eminent domain.
What are you talking about, Cole?
The government reclaims the land in the path of the freeway, and pays the improved value of the land with the new houses sitting on it.
What about the stiffs who paid their deposits?
Worst case, they get their money back. But the syndicate pockets millions on the improved value of the land.
So where does Jack's boss come into it?
He's the key. He carries the insurance. The insurance proves how much the houses are worth.
And they're worth nothing?
Firewood, all of them.
That's about as neat a scam as you can imagine. How are we going to prove any of this, Cole? Doctor's dead. Monroe nearly bled to death. If they get Jack...
We need the firebug. The Okie cowboy. Get him, get Elsa. Get him, get all of them.
Okay, the timing here is a little suspicious. They said that Monroe almost bled to death, and that scene took place yesterday, that investigation. So that makes it sound like Jack's been bleeding out for like 2 days. That doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, play that flashback war music. But yeah, that's what the Suburban Redevelopment Fund's all about. Is like owning the houses and the property where the freeway is supposed to go. So that they make a killing like making bullshit houses and then bulldozing them.
Guess nobody's home.
When the government wants that like land. Alright, so we are in the killer house, basically. And not the creepiest environment we've been into. We went into the Black Dahlia
This guy's
church
bring home
house.
a 45 or an M1. This is pretty extreme.
It's a flamethrower. It's almost like our guy was on flamethrower duty. I can go through here. Bunch of nothing. What was that? Crawl kill. Cigarettes. I wish you could zoom in on the box. I wanted to know like if they kept continuity to make sure that's the same brand as the ones that Cole found by like that one guy's tree in his yard. And a screwdriver or a shiv? This thing's pretty big. I don't know my tools. I didn't realize how like explorable this property was. Yeah, there's the room you want to go in. I want to poke around here, though. Oh. I didn't know this was here. He's got one of the K-bars. Or BARs, whatever. Also, you should probably put that away somewhere a little bit safer. Alright, well here's the shit room. The origami killer. Hold on, what was this? It was nothing? Oh, it's one of those regulator valves. Bet it's one of those flyers. Sure is. Put that down.
Quite a flock you got here, kid. The river tunnels. This guy's a tunnel rat.
Can I unfold this one? No.
A strange obsession.
Alright, this might be important.
I know those faces. Jesus Christ, I know every one of them. Oh my God, Ira. You poor backwards son of a bitch.
Did I get everything here? Yeah, I did. Cool.
Peterson, I'm going to need some help. I've got Monroe, Fontaine, and all the others. It's all tied up nicely. It goes all the way to the top. Meet me at the LA River Tunnel entrance just north of the First Street Bridge in half an hour. Don't ask questions. Just be there. This is DA's investigator, Jack Kelso. I have an urgent radio message for Detective Cole Phelps.
Well, here we go.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11 King, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, see the man. A 207 just occurred on the spillway north of the First Street Bridge. DA's investigator Jack Kelso reports a kidnapping suspect outstanding in the LA River tunnel system with a hostage. 11K, handle
Roger
code
that.
3.
The hell is Jack playing at? Like a suicide note. Half the LAPD will be down there hunting for him.
We need to get there first.
All units on all frequencies stand by. Car 86 Adam is in pursuit of suspect vehicle heading southwest on Sunset Boulevard. Suspect vehicle belonging to Jack Kelso, described as a Navy Chevrolet Fleetline. License number 4, William 0286. Car 86 Adam is in pursuit.
They picked up his car. He'll need help to make it to the river.
Really calls into question what Jack's plan was. By sending in that call to, like, try and get in contact with Cole, he's got the entire fucking corrupt side of the police department on his ass. Alright, let's go save Jack. Oh man, this car is so slow. And it's raining.
All units, Chief Morrow reports that the suspect is armed and extremely dangerous. Repeat, extremely dangerous.
No, he's not. Fuck the LAPD. Well, he's armed, but he's not extremely dangerous. And of course he's armed. He's a TA investigator. He's licensed to carry that gun. Oh, they took out one of his taillights.
Jesus Christ. How many cops do these guys own?
A lot.
All units, suspect vehicle. It is shop number 13516. Repeating, shop 135.
Jesus Christ, Jack.
Is a second suspect vehicle, described as a green Hudson Contour.
Alright, we got some asshole coming up behind us.
0102. Reported to be aiding suspect Jack Kelso. Use caution and continue pursuit. All units stand by for further. All units, suspect vehicle is
Fuck you.
bound out Los Angeles, passing 2nd Street. Car 66 Adams, 77 Adams, go to 1st and Alameda. Car 19 William, go to 1st and Vignes. Repeat, 1st and Vignes. Units to handle, identify code 3. All units, further to the second suspect vehicle, shop 13516. Chief Worrell authorized the use of deadly force. Repeat,
That was perfect.
deadly force is authorized in disabling both suspect vehicles.
This has gone pretty smoothly, actually. That was a very sudden turn, Jack. Hey, we're there. We got here pretty easily. Also, why is he stopping on the tracks?
Who is this guy?
Peterson, assistant DA.
What's he doing?
He's here to cover our backs.
I'm going in there, Jack.
No one's trying to stop you. I found this at the ranch house. He's marked his routes. I'll go in here. Cole, you take the next entrance. Biggs, I need you to take the car and cover this spot here. I think that's his fail-safe exit. Cole, he's one of ours.
What are you talking about?
Right where you are!
Got it?
Got it.
Peterson, you want to be DA? We'll earn your salt.
So, Kelso is your boy, Peterson? And working with Phelps? A handy lad, that Kelso.
Yes, he is, Chief. You can't imagine what those two have uncovered. It could go all the way to the top. I hope you won't be implicated.
So, you're the new broom, Peterson?
Looks like it.
And you think he'll make it out of there alive?
I think he might. He's a difficult boy to get rid of.
All right, Peterson. I'm listening. What's your offer?
Peterson's voice recording was like really off for that scene.
Throw out the...
Oh shit, I'm getting my ass kicked. This is not a good angle. Fuck. Stupid auto assist. It's fucking me up.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Come on.
You're surrounded and your buddies are dead.
Where is this guy? There he is. I take it I'm supposed to go into this hallway you were guarding. Wait, what kind of weapon did you have? Is this a rifle? Sweet. Wait, is it? Yeah. It's my favorite weapon in the game. I forgot that you play as Joe. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Iris setting people on fire.
Throw out the gun.
Maybe you shouldn't have left your back exposed. Oh, look at this motherfucker. How are you alive? Oh, I'm like an army man. Or a marine man, I suppose.
You're pretty great for a dead man.
Don't know why that guy didn't, like, immediately fire at me. Okay, we got all sorts of weapons in here. I'll take this thing with me. Now I really am like a marine. Oh, I saw you.
You want me? You got me.
Whoa. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, yeah. Eat shit. Oh, that guy's dead.
Throw out the gun.
Okay, there, guys. Shooting at me from those windows. Did I get him? Nope. There we go. This gets a little confusing. There are like guys talking through the fucking wall. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? Oh, I see. There's a staircase up here.
No, he's there, right there. Tell him.
You can walk out.
What?
Almost out. Need a new weapon.
Come on, poke out one more time. I see you. Right in the balls. Yeah, guess what? Here's a new weapon. I missed this the first time I played the game. But now I got a fucking flamethrower, so it's all good. Oh, look at all this water. Oh, thankfully I killed those dudes.
Right.
Oh, no, wait, one of them's alive. That guy probably just spawned in. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to kill him with this flamethrower from here.
You can...
Fuck you. Stop shooting me. I might die. Was I able to kill that guy prior to coming over here? I feel like when I was up higher, I got all the dudes that were like on the map. Oh, I'm gonna set you on fire as soon as I get over here. Bad news, motherfucker. You're getting set on fire. Where are you? Oh, you fuck. Oh, I think the fire's hurting me standing next to it. As long as I don't die, I don't care. Also, the fire effect didn't look all that great. The range on this thing is really, like, not very well defined. I'm like, how close do I have to be for this shit to work? My hat, you motherfucker. Can I pick my hat back up? Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Yeah, all right. I'm doing this with my hat. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Through here? Oh shit, that's a broken way or something. I came out through there, so I take it I'm supposed to go in here. Aw, man. Wanted him to keep it on during the cutscene.
Are you okay, Princess?
I felt better. He saved me from the doctor.
Hi, Tex. Do you remember me?
I'm not sure that I do. Have you come here to kill her?
Why would I do that, soldier?
Isn't that why you're all here?
I'm here to get her out.
Her. But not me. You haven't come for me.
No, not you. It ends here.
You were with the 6th on Sugarloaf, weren't you?
I was?
And Naha?
Yes, I was.
You're Sergeant Jack Kelso, aren't you? Where's your uniform, Sarge?
At home in my locker, Hogaboom. War's over, soldier.
I know that, Sarge. I'm fighting a different kind of war. I fight for God now.
We all fight for God, Ira.
In our own ways. Not everyone knows it.
Elsa! Are you all right? Get away from her! It's all right, Cole. He doesn't want to hurt her. Ira was with us on Okinawa.
What? You know this guy?
Don't you remember me, Lieutenant? I remember you.
No. Don't.
You ordered me to burn that cave, Lieutenant. That cave full of civilians. A hospital.
What is he talking about?
It was war. For God's sake, I can't be held responsible for everything that happened.
I don't blame you, Lieutenant. You helped me to help other people.
Ira lost his mind on Okinawa, Princess.
Sheldon asked the doctor to help him get it back.
The doctor helped me to find my path. And I helped him to a better life.
Elsa's going to leave now, Ira. She will be all right. You've helped her, too. Get her out of here. Biggs will help. His exit is nearby.
Jack, I need this guy to make the case.
Hasn't this poor bastard given you enough? Get out of here now!
For God's sake, Jack! What are you going to do?
Don't cry, miss. Sergeant Kelso has come to help ease my way. I was proud to serve with you, Jack.
Get out of here, Cole!
Damn.
What do we do, Lieutenant? Jesus, look at all the kids! Stop the goddamn screaming! I need to think!
And how do you expect to do that, you fucking maniac? They're burned to a crisp!
Finish them off. Do it humanely. We are leaving this place.
You do it, Phelps! Get your own fucking hands dirty! I'm out of morphine!
Put these people out of their pain. Now! That's an order!
Courtney shot Cole. Well, that's how Cole got discharged. And why he wasn't on that ship with the stolen morphine.
Everyone out of here now! Double time! You two get Lieutenant Phelps to an aid station. Weapons team will be blowing this place in 2 minutes. Everything that happened in here stays in here. Do you hear me? I don't want to ever hear another word about it.
He was doing him a favor, Elsa.
Cole, up here. I'll get this grader. Hurry. The water is rising.
You're first.
Hand her up.
Get out of here. You're not Jack. I'm not arguing. You're wounded, Jack. Let me help.
What are you waiting for?
Jump, Cole! Jump for it!
Well, it's about to get a whole lot worse.
We're gathered here to honor Detective Cole Phelps.
Fuck off. Fuck off, it's the worst.
Cole Phelps was the best kind of man. Hear, hear. A war hero who led his men with true valor. And through his personal bravery achieved one of his country's highest honors. A cop wrongly accused who never lost his faith in the LAPD and the system.
Run! You belittle his memory.
Elsa.
Get out of my way, Jack. You call yourself his friend.
A detective who fought to expose the evil corruption of the murderous Dr. Fontaine and the rapacious property tycoon Leyland Monroe. Go to her. Will you, Herschel? A reformer who recognized the need to remove the odd bad apple from a department made up of good men. Herschel? A man who never gave up.
Yeah, Jack.
Who continued to fight the good fight.
I think you knew that, Jack.
The fight that cost him his own life. A good husband. A good father. And may I say, a good friend.
Fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Look at this dirt ass shit that's happening right there. Him shaking hands with Peterson, who's the new DA. God, fuck that ending. I don't hate it as much as some people, but oh, fuck, it drives home how much of a piece of shit Roy Earl is. He is, the worst. That's LA Noire. Oh man. It's kind of a disappointing ending, isn't it? So here's the thing. LA Noire's ending is very anti-video game-ish. That's not a phrase, but whatever. I'm gonna use it. But it's very, like, counterintuitive to how games normally end. Like, it doesn't matter what, like, kind of genre you're talking about, but generally when you have some sort of narrative story, at the end of the day, they kind of all end the same. And LA Noire isn't like that because it's trying to be kind of a throwback of a noir story. It is and it isn't, but that's a whole other topic of conversation. But it draws from like a lot of certain films, certain novels. And the thing about that genre that it's trying to like emulate is that a lot of them have these kind of endings, so I get why LA Noire also does, where it's kind of like not a happy ending whatsoever, and it's more of like a tragedy. So I get what the aim was, but at the same time, LA Noire sometimes has like that reputation for a lot of people that beat it, that are like, man, fuck that game's ending. Like, one of my like favorite reviews of the game, but at the same time I don't necessarily agree with everything about it, is the completionist episode on it. And I have the knowledge of watching Gerard the Completionist, his video on it, because that episode was spawned from an LP that he and Alex, his buddy Alex, who he does Beard Bros with, their LP channel, they did LA Noire. So like you can see the making of that completionist video by watching the LP. So like I saw their reaction to that and then could see where it got transferred into the completionist episode, and they had the same kind of takeaway that I'm talking about, where it's like like this kind of ending in a video game compared to say like a movie where a film like this might have taken you 2 to 3 hours, whereas LA Noire as a game takes you like, I don't know, 20 hours or so. More than that, actually, judging by these videos. Even if you take out the street crimes, it's like a 25-hour game-ish. So to have like that kind of conclusion and it just wrap up like that, it's like, oh, fuck, that sucks. It's like how unsatisfying at the very end to just like have everything that you kind of experienced and saw that Cole was working to, and then what Jack was working to, all kind of get wrecked there at the very end. And the takeaway is like, in the end, that the overall message is like you can't escape your past mistakes. And then like the things that you're supposed to infer by the ending are like, oh, the corruption still wins out in the end, even if Monroe ends up getting charged with some crimes and Fontaine's dead. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund didn't actually lose, and now Peterson, who Jack got hired by, is like, oh, I'm gonna clean up the LAPD and I'm gonna clean up blah 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 blah. Now he's in on the take. Now he's just the new guy who's gonna be dirty and corrupt, and you're supposed to infer that from his like slimy handshake with Roy Earl right there at the very end. It's like, fuck, that sucks. And Earl, oh, Roy is both like my most hated and favorite character in some ways, in the sense that like Roy's one of the best villains I've ever seen. He is such a fucking asshole from start to end, and the fact that the game literally ends with him giving Cole's eulogy. It's like, how did he get selected for this? Who signed off on it? And of course, like Cole's funeral, his family's not there. His wife/ex-wife is not there. His daughters aren't even there. Like, goddamn, that hurts. Like, daughters didn't even go to his funeral. Hardly anyone's there. I think we saw Pinker. I'm not sure if Carruthers was there. I think Bukowski and Biggs are there. They better be. Bukowski better have been there. Good old pierogies. I would hope he was there at least. It's like fucking no one's there. It's just a sad ending. It sucks. Roy Earl gives the eulogy. May I say, a friend. Fuck you, you asshole. That's why I was like, oh, Cole should have shot him in that newspaper scene. It would have been so much better had he just fucking shot him right then and there. Then this scene wouldn't have had to have happened. But that's the game. That's LA Noire. I don't think I ever talked about it. I think I alluded to it near the very beginning. The developer, Team Bondi, got super shut down. They went away. LA Noire's development cycle was kind of like a little cursed. Like a lot of news came out. I can't remember if it was like right before or right after the game released, that Team Bondi was like not treating their employees very well. That they were like, the staff working on this game was like way overtaxed. They were working overtime with not correct compensation. Like a lot of bad stuff got written about Team Bondi, and it kind of like painted the game in a light of like, this thing's getting rushed out because there's like so much to do, and they were clearly struggling to meet deadlines. And of course they had Rockstar's funding behind them, and Rockstar developed in some parts. Like, it wasn't all developed at Team Bondi, which is set in, or was based in Sydney, I believe, Australia. So like, they didn't do everything in-house. Rockstar did do some things, but like, technically this isn't a Rockstar developed game completely. Like, it was a Team Bondi game, and it was originally going to be Sony published. It was going to be a PS3 exclusive, and then that fell through sometime like 10 years ago. And then it went into a few years where, like, after Rockstar took up funding and publishing, and then the 360 and PC versions got done. So unfortunately, Team Bondi's gone. They were working on a kind of like a spiritual successor to this game, with like the weirdest name ever. It was going to be called Whore of the Orient, which sounds like that name was going to get changed no matter what. But it was a kind of like a similar style game where it was going to be set in the 1930s in Shanghai, and you were going to, I think it was going to be like another detective game. It was going to be kind of exactly like this game is. You have another big open world, you solve mysteries or something. Like, some footage of it got leaked, but game got trashed, and Team Bondi's no more. And I doubt that I don't know if like the legal rights to that game or whatever was made of it got transferred to someone. I have no idea. I don't technically know whether or not that was going to be published by like a big company, or if that was technically under Rockstar's umbrella. But disappointing, to be honest. Like, just before I started recording today, because I wanted to like re-familiarize myself with it, I went and like looked up information that was out there on it. And I was like, oh, this looked cool. Like, you could tell it was LA Noire. It was the same engine, and you could like sense the spirit in it. And I was like, oh, that's a shame that happened, that it didn't work out. I would have liked that. It seems like that would have been kind of fun, but it's gone. And obviously Rockstar still has the fucking rights to this game, hence the version we just played. But whether or not anything's ever done with the property further, well, technically there's that VR game. The VR experience, which is, it's not on PS4. It might be, is it Vive exclusive? It might be. I can't remember if it's out on Vive and Oculus. It might only be Vive. But all that is, from what I understand by like looking into it a little bit, is that it's certain cases from LA Noire just remade for VR. But it's, at the end of the day, it's like the same character models, and it's the same voice recording and everything like that. So I just imagine it's like doing the interrogations, but doing them in VR first person instead. So, and I saw that one of the ones that are in that experience is the consul's car. So in VR first person, you can ask Valdez whether or not he fucks young boys, which I'm sure is just the most fun. I would like to experience that myself one day. So beyond that, like whether or not the LA Noire property is ever touched again in the near future, foreseeable future, I don't know. Probably not. Also, like, it's been a few months. I don't think these re-releases did too well. There's, like, for one, they got announced really late. I can't remember when they were announced, like, late summer, I think, of 2017. Like, I don't know, maybe August or something, and then they were out, like, 2 months later. No fanfare. It was just like, oh, by the way, LA Noire HD re-release, it's out. And that was it. And like the most interest was probably for the Switch version. We got our stinger scene.
How about this for a headline? Guess which former 6th Marine hero has been promoted in the LAPD?
No idea.
Well, could be anybody. You give up?
Tell us or hand over the fucking paper.
The Shadow, boys. Our very own Silver Star winning son of a bitch.
Phelps? He didn't die, Jack. He did just fine, and that's all we're going to say about it, right?
The one and only. Look at this picture. Golden boy getting his badge, wife and kids in tow, and looking awful humble in the process.
Well, he's set.
Phony bastard.
I wonder if they've been holding my job for me after all this time.
What job was that?
Mechanic.
Ain't you seen all the war bond movies, Sarge? All the best mechanics is women. You're gonna have to work as a gigolo from here on in.
I was a bus driver in Santa Cruz. You know, no pictures in the papers or medals for me, though.
Can't believe I just went through Petaloo and Okinawa just to go back to being a washing machine mechanic.
How is it that jerks like Phelps get it all?
It doesn't have to be that way, guys.
What are you talking about? It's always gonna be that way.
Do you have any idea what you guys are sitting on?
Yeah, a ship full of Army surplus.
You're sitting on surplus morphine. 2 tons of it. Can you imagine what that's worth on the streets? Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You're shitting me.
I'm not.
You're talking about stealing it?
Keep your voice down. Do you want to have us all thrown in the brig?
God damn it, Sheldon. You want to go into the dope business?
No. I want to be in the peace dividend business.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means I want the guys who fought for a better future to get some share of it. You interested, Jack?
Come on, Top. We could all get out from under. Oh, it's the chance of our lives.
It's everyone or no one, boys.
I'm not having a bar of it, Courtney. You may be the bravest person I have ever met, but I swear to God, trouble follows you around like a pet fucking dog. I thought you wanted to try for medical school.
So what do you want, Jack? What's the future got in store for you?
You guys were all heroes in the war. Every single one of you. Even if your next door neighbor or your wife never know it and don't give a rat's ass. Fuck Phelps and medals and citations and parades. Fuck the public who are bored with returning GIs. I have nothing but respect for what you guys and the rest of the 6th have done. You go through with this, and you'll be nothing to me.
Can't escape your past. Also, that last line was bullshit, considering like how much Jack puts himself out for these motherfuckers after they steal the morphine. And then these guys also help him. Some of those guys, I think, well, the dude who drives the bus, he was certainly there with Jack when we stormed Monroe's place and shot all those guys. So that's not entirely true. That's the game. That's LA Noire. I don't think you get anything for beating it. And there really isn't a whole lot to do other than play free roam, redo cases you didn't get 5 stars in. You get the extras. Let's see, but most of it's probably just fucking cars. The dumbest like system to try and get the platinum trophy ever. Drive as all the cars available in LA. It's the fucking worst. Also, I think there are film reels you can collect, maybe books. Definitely film reels of like famous noir films from the 20th century. You can look those up. Alright, well that does it. I guess we gotta find something new to plug in on the weekends. There's probably some stuff I gotta do. That was LA Noire. Oh, it was a good one. I'm gonna miss you, LA Noire. I'm gonna miss all your dumb bullshit and all your open world bugs. I'm gonna miss that one time where I opened the car door and that hood crushed Cole. Man, that was so cool. That was the best. Love you, LA Noire. See you guys in the next one.